Back here at the Veterans Field, the Vet in Springdale. Tonight's activity, the host Springdale Dynamos and the Raiders of Riverview. Let's take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. First of all, for the visiting Raiders of Riverview, Jeff Kappa will be at quarterback. Ben Erteljack and Steve Daper in the backfield. The host team here tonight. Matt Blasco will quarterback the team. In the backfield with him will be Jason. Well, we had mentioned in our both of these clubs have some size. Last week, Springdale fell behind 7-0 in the first quarter to Greensburg Central Catholic. Chris Jent scored 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Springdale turned 3 turnovers into touchdowns, and they beat a team who generally is in the running as a playoff contender. And that was the first conference victory, by the way, for the Springdale Dynamos since 1975 as an opener. And the fact that they have also mentioned, have also started, by the way, at 4-0. That's the first time they've done that in a while since 1980. Co-captains are out there on the field with the officials here tonight. Last week, Riverview's defense held Duquesne to 1 first down and 24 yards of total offense in the first half. Jeff Kappa completed his first 5 passing attempts for 70 yards and a touchdown. And Riverview's victory spoiled an 18-game winning streak for Duquesne, also last year's WPIA Allen State champion. So a couple of the facts we'd like you to know concerning the game here tonight. Well, the Raiders have won the toss. They have elected to receive kickoff and defend the goal to our right. We'll be back with the opening kickoff of tonight's game right after this. Just about underway as the Dynamos will kick off and defend the goal to our right. Both teams, as we mentioned, 4-0, and both looking to win this one here tonight. Moment of silence observed prior to the toss of the coin here for 2 of the victims of that September the 8th crash at the Greater Pitt Airport. And again, that is something that just will not go away and probably won't for a long, long time. Talking to some of the folks who are coming into the field here tonight, that long ticket line. I don't know if anybody got any pictures of that line to come in here to the stadium, but it wrapped around a block or 2 as they were getting ready for this event here tonight. And this is an event. It'll be Dapra down the middle. Erteljack to his right. And to the far side, Fritz Tamburo. And for Springdale, kicking off, I've got a number 10 here is a Frank Meyer. And here's the kick. It sails to Tamburo, who drops the ball, picks it up at about the 10-yard line. Goes on the left side of the field, and Springdale's defense is right there. That was Mike Sandberg, number 85, who went down there to make the hit. The ball is marked at about the 15-yard line, right on the 15. Dapra and Graham are the setbacks for Kappa. The quarterback, Dapra, gets the call. And Dapra is going to be hit for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. And the first man in was Jason Snyder. Snyder makes the tackle, and he will lose about 2 yards to bring up a 2nd and 12 at about the 13-yard line. So the first play is a big defensive play for the Dynamos on the home field. Ball is marked at the 13-yard line, and will compromise a little bit. It could be closer to the 12, but nonetheless, let's call it 2nd and 12. This time it comes up the middle, and a short gain on the carry by Justin Graham. Graham could have gotten to about the 17, let's call it the 18, and give him a gain of about 5 yards. 3rd and 7 coming up. Third down and 7, and the first third down conversion attempt of the game coming up. Here is Kappa, who's looking to throw. Fires, and he's got his man on the far side, and it looks like he's got a first down. And the pass caught on the far side of the field. Number, was it 80? Charles Belisario makes the catch, and the ball is marked at the 25. Or what is it? The 29-yard line. So a gain on the play of about 11. First down and 10. And it is Kappa on the keeper. Kappa around the near side. Cuts inside, puts the head down, wrapped up by Snyder. Snyder makes the play near the first down marker. That is a near 10-yard gain. They're going to bring it back about a yard, call it a gain of 9 for the quarterback, Jeffrey Kappa, on the keeper around his right side. 2nd and about a yard. Was there a flag? We have an official timeout for the measurement. They'll bring the sticks across. No score of the game, 9:37 to play in the opening quarter. The Raiders took the opening kickoff, started at their own 15-yard line, and converted a third down pass catch to Belisario. And here now, pretty close to a first down, but it appears they will be short by about a half yard. So they're short by about a half a yard or a foot. Kappa has Ben Erteljack wide to the right. And Charles Belisario wide to the left out of the eye. Kappa keeps and goes straight ahead. Kappa is wrapped up. Nice play by Mike Sandberg for Springdale defensively to put the wraps on him. And it's a 1st and 10 for Riverview at their own 42. Scoreless first quarter. First down and 10 for the Raiders. And it goes to Dapra. Dapra up the middle, puts his head down and cannot get past Chris Gent. Gent put the wraps on him, but a first down at the Springdale 45-yard line. A boisterous crowd here at the Vet in Springdale. First down. And we're at the 9-minute mark of the opening quarter. 3 minutes have gone by. And a steady march from Riverview's own 15-yard line. Belisario wide left. Dapra tries the left side. Dapra is wrapped up again by Sandberg, but he picks up a first down at the 35-yard line, or pretty close. He might be a tad short. Dapra picks up 9 on the carry, 2nd and 1.
Second down and yard to go for the Raiders. Ball on the Dynamos, 36-yard line.
Second and about a yard. The last time they had this situation, Kappa kept the football straight ahead. Kappa this time goes to the bread and butter man, and Dapra with a flag thrown slips ahead. He was touched on the play by Snyder. That might be a hold on Riverview. The first penalty of the night should be assessed right here. It is a hold against Riverview. It'll bring it back. So an apparent first down is washed off the board. If you're watching the contest here on a Friday night, stay tuned for the scoreboard show following the post-game show. 10-yard penalty. Brings it back to the 44-yard line, 44 and a half, whatever. Second down and 9 coming up. Second and 9. Clock running, 7.5 minutes to play, opening period. Kappa to throw, over the middle. Caught, Erdeljak in for the TD. Now he's going to be a little bit short. Erdeljak makes the catch with the football down about the 20-yard line and gets inside the 5, and I thought he was going into the end zone. But that was the 5-yard line that he had crossed when I spotted him, so first and goal now for the Raiders, and it is marked at about the 3-yard line. So this would be an 85-yard touchdown drive by Riverview, eating up so far 5 minutes of the clock as we have 7 minutes to play in this opening period. Kappa turns, keeps the football, goes left, and is apparently into the end zone. Kappa has scored the Raider touchdown, and 6-0 is the score. Time remaining in the opening period, 6:48. So the opening drive by the Raiders, they go 85 yards. 10 plays. That includes the penalty play. And here comes the extra point attempt. Orlando Belisario will kick, and brother Charles will do the holding. The snap of the football, the kick is down, and it is good. However, there's a penalty flag thrown on the play. Penalty flag on the play, and it will apparently be assessed. They ran into the kicker. All right, well, that play will be assessed on the ensuing kickoff. So we have a break in the action here. 6:48 to play, and Riverview in the lead by a 7-0 count. We'll be right back. So the Raiders take the opening kickoff and go 85 yards in 10 plays, adding the extra point. And a 7-0 score here. And the running into the kicker penalty is now assessed, and it will bring the Riverview kickoff 15 yards into Springdale territory. And knowing Orlando Belisario as we do, this one will probably not be returned. So they'll kick off actually in Springdale territory at the 45-yard line. An overflow crowd here. Standing room only. They're standing across the way all around the end zone lines from wherever they are permitted from that point on. They're not allowed directly behind, but here's the kick. Deep, deep. And it will not be returned. This will be a touchback. And for the first time of the game, the Springdale offense will go to work. And they'll start from their own 20. The quarterback, as we mentioned, is Matt Blasco. And Blasco has completed, as we mentioned, 22 out of 42. That's a 52.4% completion percentage. Good for 276 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he has been intercepted twice this year. In the backfield are Wise and Gent. And, of course, Jason Snyder.
Number 39.
And carrying the football is Chris Gent. Gent off the left side under Jeremy Dujak gets up last. And no gain on the play. It is 2nd down and 10. No gain on that carry.
2nd down and 10.
7-0 Riverview in the lead. Almost halfway through the opening quarter. And here's Blasco looking to throw. Blasco lets it go. The intended receiver was Mike Sandberg. And it goes incomplete. And covering on the play was Jason Kappa. So 3rd and 10 coming up. Riverview scored on its initial drive, and Springdale here with a football for the first time of the game. They have run once, they have passed once, and it's 3rd and 10. There's a loose football. And apparently the Dynamos have recovered. And I'm not sure, it could have been Gent who may have dropped the football on that play, but there was a loss of 3 yards. They're back at the 17, and the punting unit is in for Springdale.
Recovered by the Dynamos. 4th down and 13. Springdale.
4th down, 13 coming up. And Daper will go back with Ertlejack.
For the Raiders. Number 27, Steve Capra. And number 20, Ben Olaf.
And the punt. Good kick. And it is Ertlejack at the 43. He's down near the 30, and a nice tackle made on the play by Clark Yanati. Yanati puts the hit on him at about the 29-yard line, but what great field position. And, of course, you can blame this all on the, well, I don't know if you want to phrase it that way, but it started with running into the kicker on the extra point try. That gave a 15-yard kickoff advantage to the Raiders, who kicked into the end zone with no return. And right now, they're knocking on the door again. They're at the 29 with a 1st and 10. Under 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. They're running out of the I formation. It goes to the first man, chugging through, and it's Zach Zaremczyk. Zaremczyk carries to about the 25-yard line, a gain of about 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up. 2nd and 6.
Daniel 4, 2nd down and 6. Ball on the Dynamo.
Riverview 7, Springdale nothing. Springdale in the black, Riverview in the lighter colored uniforms. Belisario and Ertlejack are the wide receivers on 2nd and 6. This is Dapra going left. Good blocking all the way up the far sideline, and Dapra's going to be run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Rich Walsh was leading the blocking attempt for the Raiders, and he put the hit on the man to keep him contained, springing Dapra loose to about the, is that the 8-yard line? Looks like about the 8-yard line. It is 1st down and goal from the 8. So a gain on that play of 17 for Dapra. Clock stopped with the out-of-bounds run. 4:07 left in the opening quarter. Justin Graham, no, it's Kappa keeping, and Kappa is close. He is in. Kappa has scored the touchdown for Riverview. And the Raiders have taken a 13-0 lead. in the first quarter. 4:01 left to play. And the extra point attempt coming up as the Belisario boys get together. Orlando kicking and Charles holding. The snap. And this one is, well, apparently they've lost the football. It might be in Cheswick. 14-0 is the score. Did they count it as the score? There it is. The scoreboard has changed. So Riverview takes the lead now, 14-0. And we'll be back with a Raider kickoff right after this.
Elizabeth Springdale, a last little girl. Who's coming to the best off?
Riverview has amassed so far 114 total yards, and Springdale in with a -3. That's so far. We've got a long way to go in this one here tonight. Now Springdale will receive this kickoff. Clark Ionati. Chris Gent. It's going to Gent at about the 15, fumbles the football and goes down on it at about the 20 or 21 yard line. Well, it might be a case of early quarter or early game jitters out there right now. Quarterback Blasco heading out onto the field, getting his last second instructions from the coaching staff here. Nice job that Wagner and his staff have done here at Springdale. And of course, Jake Kappa on the other side, he's got them hopping at Oakmont and Verona. This team is in the running again. Springdale running with what you call, I guess, a full house eye. It goes to Chris Gent, who slithers across the line of scrimmage and makes it to about the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 on that play, so Springdale tonight is still -1 in yardage in this opening quarter. 3:15 to play, the clock moving in the contest here tonight, with Riverview leading 14-0. That's Chuck Wagner and the staff here on the near sideline. 2nd down and 8. And again, they're running out of the I formation. Here's a pitch coming back, and it's Gent. They got the block. The head goes down. Belisario is there. And also there, Zach Zarimczyk and Justin Papa. So Chris Gent brings it up to about the 28. It is now 2nd down and about 3. 3rd down and 3. Chris Gent, prior to the game, came into this one with 58 rushes, 269 yards in 4 games, so a good season's work already. A fake pitch. Now, they did hand it off. And this time it was Wise who carried the football, picks up the 1st and 10, but a penalty flag has been thrown. It's going to go against Springdale, the backfield in motion. So instead of a 1st down, it'll now be 3rd and 8, and the ball will be brought back to about the 22. Two minutes left to play in the opening quarter. Riverview in with a 14-0 lead. Touchdowns scored by Jeffrey Kappa in both instances. Quarterback Kappa figuring that they would be keying on Dapra. Scored both of the TDs on quarterback keepers. Here we go. Blasco looks to throw. Fires And it is cut for the, I believe, a first down. And a pass was caught over there by Chris Gent. Chris Gent makes the catch, and the first down of the game for the Springdale Dynamos, and this might just get this ball club on track. Springdale at their own 34-yard line, and of course they have been in their own territory all evening so far. Straight T formation this time. And up the middle, it is Chris Gent. There's that Bob Wise. It's Bob Wise. Bob Wise carry the football, picks up a near first down. It is 2nd and 1 coming up, and the ball is marked at about the 43-yard line. About the 43, it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. So Bob Wise carries the football for the 2nd time tonight. Handoff, first down. Springdale picks it up. Carrying the football again was Bob Wise, and he crosses the 50-yard marker. And we'll call it the Riverview 49-yard line, and another 1st and 10. Is it the 40s? I beg your pardon. It's at the Springdale 45, 46-yard line. That's not the midfield marker. First and 10. Springdale in their own territory. Blasco hands off. Over the right side is Snyder. Snyder, a gain of about maybe 3 yards off the right side. Tackle made on the far side. It's marked at about the 49, a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. Coach Chuck Wagner, 59 years of age, a native of Springdale, coached, of course, the bulk of his career at Oakmont and Verona as the clock winds down and finishes up quarter number 1. So we will take a pause in the action here at the end of 1 quarter, and a nice round of applause as the Springdale Dynamo fans show their appreciation even though their team trails 14-0. We'll be right back. We will start 2nd quarter play with Springdale in possession of the football, 2nd down and 6. And they have it at their own 49-yard line. In the 1st quarter, Riverview had the football for 6 minutes and 15 seconds. And Springdale with 5 minutes and 45 seconds, so almost even with the exception of 30 seconds. So not bad. This is a good show here tonight, not only by the teams, and they're playing some good hard-hitting football, but the fans here tonight came out to watch a great football game, and they've been rewarded so far. The home team is down by 14-0, but they never give up on the Springdale Dynamo team. Springdale at their own 49. Chris Gent is the right half. Rob Wise, the fullback. Snyder is the other halfback, and it goes straight ahead. And a big play for Springdale as Gent gets it all the way down to the 34-yard line, a 15-yard gain. Gent takes it all the way down to the 34-yard line and picks up another Springdale first down. Belisario assisted on the play by Ben Erdeljak defensively. But Springdale has picked up a first down, and you can bet they want to score on this drive. Blasco has the team set. Blasco fakes to the first man, then gives to Gent. Gent struggles off the left side, and he is wrapped up on the play. For a Orlando Belisario was the principal tackler on the play. A gain of about a yard. Call it 2nd and 9. 2nd down and 9 for Springdale. We have just started our second quarter. And we will, by the way, in case you're interested, feature both of the bands at halftime. Wise, Snyder, and Gent. Gent gets the ball. Gent looking for blocking help. Is going to be hit for a loss on the play. In fact, he almost, well, I'm not sure about that, but it looked like he could have lost the football on that play that culminated on the far side of the field. And Charles Belisario was there for the Raiders on the play. So they lose a yard, and it is now 3rd and 10. 3rd down and 10. Second quarter has just begun. Riverview in the lead. 14-0. Coach Jake Kappa across the far side. You got to love both of these teams, though. They have really had this valley up on its backside here, rooting them on. A nice play. Wise carried the football, and Justin Graham made the tackle. 4th down. Now what does Springdale do here in 4-down territory? Throw the football. They're at the 34, 33-yard line. And a timeout will be called by the Dynamos. Another reminder, if you're watching this one on a Friday night, the Scoreboard Show follows our telecast. Catch all the local scores. Frank Ryan will do that for you. As a matter of fact, coming up at halftime, Frank will present a little sneak preview of the teams in action tonight. As a matter of fact, there are no local teams playing Saturday football. Riverview here tonight, and Greensburg Central Catholic is also playing tonight, so they're not going to be hosting any of our local teams. Central tonight, or not Central, but Greensburg Central plays at Leechburg. So all of the teams from the AK Valley area are playing tonight. Well, this is the 13th play of the drive coming up, and they have used 6.5 minutes of the clock. So they've been able to hold on to the football, and this timeout for Springdale, it's an important down. They're trailing 14-0. They've got the football with a 4th and 8, and they'd love to get on the board right here. They've got to get on the board pretty soon. But again, we're only in the first half. But momentum can mean a lot when you're going into that locker room down by maybe only 14-7 instead of 14-0. Here we go. 4th and long for Springdale. Blasco looks to throw, throws the screen. It is caught by Snyder. Snyder coming up. Snyder going to be close. They give him a spot at about the 24. He may have just made it. He may have just made it. Jason Snyder, they'll bring the chains in, they'll stop the clock, and take the measurement right here. I think it's a first down from here myself, but remember, that's a 4th down play, so if the Sticks don't make it, he made it. And the crowd responds. First down for Springdale at the 24 of Riverview. The clock is running. We're at the 9-minute mark of the first half. Now to go into the T formation. A fake, a loose football recovered by Springdale. The ball bobbled and recovered. I think it was Snyder. No, it was Wise. It was Bob Wise, number 38, who fell on the loose football. And now a loss on the play brings it back to the 26. So 2nd and 12 coming up. Second down and 12 for Springdale. That's the Raider defense. 70 in your picture right there is big, and I mean big, Jeremy Dujak. There are others on that team that equal and surpass him in size. Here is Blasco. He's going straight back to pass. Blasco into the end zone and just off the fingertips. And he went over the barrier down there, and everybody's kind of concerned just how Chris Gent is feeling after that play. But Blasco had the football right on the fingertips of Gent, but he couldn't hold on. My first impression was that Gent might not have what it took to catch up with the ball. It looked like it was going to be overthrown, but Gent turned on the afterburners with just off the fingertips. That had 6 points written all over it. Clock stops. 3rd down and 12 now with 8:13 to play first half, and the Raiders in the lead, 14-0. Gent comes out as one of the receivers to the right. Wise and Snyder in the backfield. And here comes Blasco to throw again. And it's tipped into the air by Ertl-Jack. And incomplete. And now another big 4th down play coming up. Another 4th down play coming up. 4th and 12. You have the fumbled 1st and 10. Now 2 incompleted passes in the right corner of the end zone. And that's the story. Play shuffled in from the bench here. Josh Cole checks in for Springdale. Here's Blasco. The rush is on, fires over the middle, and it is caught. Still on his feet, but I don't know if he made the first down. Was Derek Meyer, number 81. Not going to make it, folks. It goes to Riverview, and the ball is spotted at about the 16-yard line. So he gained, what, 10 yards on the play. He was 2 yards short. And that pass catch with change of possession stops the clock at 7:56 of the first half. They came that close. So the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Jeffrey Kappa over center. And it goes to Ertl-Jack. Ertl-Jack was tackled on the play by Mike Slenchak. A 4-yard gain, make it 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up. 2nd and 7. The pitch to Dapra, sweeping around the right side, hurdles one would-be tackler, and pursued where Gent is going to bring him down, but he's got yardage up to about the 35-yard line, and that is plenty enough for the first down. And Dapra picks up more yardage and adds to his total here tonight, and we're at the 7-minute mark of the first half. The Raiders leading at 14-0. Springdale got down to the, what was it, the 16-yard line and gave it up on downs. Here are the Raiders. It goes to the first man, and that's Rimsick straight ahead. He's got about 7 or 8 yards on that carry. And the tackle made by Mike Sandberg. A gain of 8, 2nd and 2 coming up. 2nd down and 2 for Riverview. Theo Ficaris a little bit slow in getting up. And an official timeout. They've got Ficaris apparently injured on the play. He'll have to come out for at least one play. And as I look over across the bench over there where Jake Kappa's got his staff going, I'm wondering who's going to be coming in. But Ficaris, number 73, is hurt on the play. Six minutes left to play in the first half. Riverview in the lead, 14-0. Water coming out into the Springdale lineup. Vaqueros right now just gotten to his feet and limping a little bit, but he is walking for the most part on his own. So we have played a quarter and a half. It's been owned by the Raiders as far as the scoreboard goes, but the clock pretty even between the two teams. Mike Pavlik tonight keeping statistics. Joe Falsetti has taken the night off, so I'm doing the microphone duties on my own. And here we go. It is 2nd and 2. Daper gets the call. Daper still on his feet. He bounced off one tackler, shoved out of bounds. Shoved out of bounds over there. I know Chris Gent was one of them. Also assisting on the play was Derek Meyer. First down for Riverview. And the ball is marked at the 47 of Springdale. 10 yards on that carry, I guess, huh? A first down. Jack wide to the right. Zarimsa goes in motion. The pitch back to Daper. Short running room over there. Daper straight down the sideline and bumped out of bounds on the defensive play by Mike Sandberg. But it appears a near first down has been accomplished on that carry. And he'll be short by half a yard. Let's call it 2nd and 1. 2nd down in the yard for the Raiders. And in Springdale territory, Riverview in the lead, 14-0. Here's Kappa looking to throw and pursued and finally spilled on the play. Darren Polovich was one of the tacklers on the play. And Snyder assisted. But Kappa got enough for the 1st and 10. And they have it marked at the 36 or 37 yard line. Let's call it the 36. So a ton of first downs for the Raiders here tonight. 8 first downs for Riverview here tonight. Springdale had 3 or so. 4 first downs for Springdale. A lot of time here. I didn't notice that a timeout had been called. Must have been some reason, a good reason for the stoppage in play. And it is first down and 10 for the Raiders at the Springdale 36. Jeffrey Kappa will throw a short one. Well, he's going deep now to Ertl-Jack, overthrown. Coverage on the play by Chris Zanella. Chris Zanella went back there to defend on the play. It appeared that Kappa might be throwing a short one right over the middle, but Ertl-Jack sprung into the clear. And the ball was aimed down to about the 10 or 15 yard line. So goes incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. 5:12 to play. Opening quarter. Here is the gift to Dapra. The left side, and Sandberg brings him down. Sandberg, and there's some talk on the field now. Sandberg makes the tackle back at the 37 yard line, a loss of about a yard. So it's 3rd and 11 coming up. Plays like that can get a defense fired up.
Ball in the Dynamo, 37-yard line.
Jason Kappa and Ertlejack are out wide to the right on 3rd and long. Kappa was going to throw, but whistles, and that might be a delay of game. And the delay of game is called on the Raiders, and it'll bring it back to the 41-yard line to bring up 3rd and 16.
Ball in the Dynamo, 42-yard line.
Third and 16 for Riverview. Zrimsik is the fullback, the tailback. Here's the throw, and it is caught by Ertlejack at the 30-yard line and run out of bounds at the 25. And that is a first down. By a yard, he made the first down. Makes the first down on the play. And the ball is spotted at the, well, I wish I could pick up those yard markers. 25? All right. Difficult to read at times, but it is the 25-yard line, and another timeout has been called. So, a break in the action. We have 3:53 left to play here in the first half. Bob Tattern at Springdale's Veterans Field. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Well, this is the 11th play of the drive. A 1st and 10 here for the Raiders. Kappa gives. And it's Justin Graham on the carry. Graham, number 30, with a flag on the play. And the penalty will be marched against the Raiders. 3:47 to play here in the first half. And Riverview in the lead by 14-0. It's a holding call, and it'll be a big one. It's going to come back to the 30, 33. 1st and 20. 1st and 20, or 1st and 18. All right, close enough. And here is Kappa. And rushed by Wise. Wise could not contain him, and he was finally run out of bounds by Darren Pelovich and Mike Slenchak on the far side. The gain. Okay, let's see where they've got it spotted. No gain. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 18. Zrimsik and Justin Graham trade off on plays. Dapra, the lone setback. Receivers galore to the left side. Here's the rush. The pass incomplete. Zrimsik thinks that he should have had it. And it'll bring up 3rd and 18. Well, I'll tell you what, there are a lot of gorgeous cheerleaders on both of these squads here. And a lot of painted faces in the stands. I just wish we could get all of them, but that's an impossibility. The clock shows 2:42 to play in the first half. Kappa will roll to the right and fire out of the hands of Ertlejack and beyond the line, the out-of-bounds line. So the incompleted pass will bring up 4th down. There's Chuck Wagner and telling his team to stay in control. Don't worry about anything. We'll think of something here. 4th and 18. 4-down territory, and undoubtedly you'll see either a screen, a draw, or the fly pattern. Ertlejack goes wide to the right. In motion is Dapra. And Kappa is sacked on the play. Chad Loveland makes the play for Springdale at the 40, near the 40, let's call it the 39. Springdale takes over on down. Somehow Loveland got through at 2:29 to play in the first half. To nothing. Springdale with the ball late first half. The pitch comes back. This is Gent. Gent is brought down after a short gain. Kappa was there. In fact, both Kappas, Jason and Jeffrey.
Number 39, Gent.
Jason 85 and Jeffrey number 14 combine on the play. A gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. We're inside 2 minutes now. And this will be a long way to go for Springdale, but Blasco has got an arm on him. He can deliver. Wide receiver is Derek Meyer for Springdale. Gent's on the opposite side. Blasco's looking for Gent, and he's got him. Gent is good for about 5 yards on the pass play to about the 47 or 40, well, let's call it the 47. 3rd down coming up as we near the 1 minute mark. 3rd and about 2. One of the assistants for Springdale there in the picture, and coming onto the field is Bill Schaefer, taxing in a play from the bench. Inside a minute now, the first half, on 3rd and 2, and the fans want the team to rush it up a little bit here. See if Blasco gives to Wise, and Wise is going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. And there were a host of players there, headed by Mike Bigelow. And a loss in the play. 30 seconds remaining. And it'll be 4th down, and chances are they just will let the clock run out. It's officially marked at the 46. Why chance a bad snap or a questionable snap? A high snap, a low snap, a bouncing snap. Let the clock run out and end the first half. Riverview not calling a timeout. They're going to let it just go. 4 seconds, and the half will officially come to an end. So we have played 2 periods, and it's a 14-0 game in favor of Riverview. Bob Tattern here at the Vet in Springdale, and we'll be back with both bands performing here right after this. We're at halftime. 14-0 is the score. The Riverview Raiders in the lead. We're going to enjoy some of the halftime entertainment right now. The Riverview band is on the field.
5 gives us a routine to the hit song of the past, The Line Sleeps Tonight. Tonight with that old Blue Walls classic, Georgia on My Mind, featuring our pom-pom squad. Senior Andy Willard is the trumpet soloist.
Nice performance by the Riverview Band here at halftime, and the Springdale Band about to come onto the field right now. I'm Bob Tattern here at the Vet in Springdale. Kind of a darker evening than we had anticipated here with the lights, and I don't know what the problem might be, but nonetheless, the Raiders lead at 14-0. Jeffrey Kappa has scored both of the Raider touchdowns, and we're going to have our halftime report following the Springdale band performance, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Homecoming 1994. Let me introduce this year's Homecoming court.
Well, tonight is homecoming night here at Springdale, so let's see what the evening holds forth.
Our first member. Her escort this evening is Stephen Jack. Lindsay is the daughter of John and Lene Bullock. Lindsay's activity at Springdale High School includes being a member of the cheerleading squad for the past 4 years, participating in choir and GAA throughout her high school tenure, involvement in drama class in 9th and 10th grade, piano club in grades 9 through 11, and as a senior, Lindsay is active in SAD. This energetic senior also holds a part-time job at Ray's. Next fall, Lindsay will attend Indiana University of Pennsylvania for fashion merchandising. Good luck, Lindsay. Our next member of the court is Jennifer DePoli. Escorting Jen is Michael Davis. Jennifer is the daughter of Frank and Suzanne DePoli. Jen's many accomplishments at SHS include playing basketball in grades 9 through 11, being active in student council in grades 9, 10, and 11, being with the choir throughout her high school career, membership in GAA and the National Honor Society. Jen is currently one of the football managers. She was the junior class secretary and a member of the Spanish club in grades 9, 10, and 11. Jen also received an award for being a member of the Who's Who among American high school students. This multi-talented senior will attend college next year to major in elementary education. Best of luck, Jen. Our first court member is Amy Christine Hegeman. Amy's escort is Jamie Adams. Amy is the daughter of Teresa Hegeman. Among Amy's activities are cheerleading in grades 9 through 11, track in grades 9 through 11, membership in Spanish club in grades 9, National Honor Society in grades 10 through 12, GAA in grades 9, 11, and 12, and CPL in grade 12. Amy also serves as a statistician for the girls' basketball team and holds down a part-time job. Amy will attend Indiana University of Pennsylvania to major in education. All the best, Amy. Next, we have Leslie Nesbitt. She's escort tonight by T. Bowie. Leslie is the daughter of Rodney Nesbitt and Joyce Taylor. While at SHS, Leslie's been involved in National Honor Society, GAA in grades 9 to 12, Spanish club in grades 11 and 12, and a cappella choir throughout her high school tenure. Leslie earned a varsity letter as a member of the girls' basketball team last season. Leslie has been honored by being included in the Who's Who among American high school students for the past 3 years. After graduation, Leslie plans to attend Penn State. Best wishes, Leslie, and a very happy birthday. Her escort is Roger Burson. She's the daughter of Mrs. Donna Planoski. This senior Donna has been involved in a cappella choir in grades 10, 11, and 12. Amanda was the secretary for choir in grade 11, and also the junior class treasurer. She has also served as the choreographer for the choir. Amanda will attend the University of Pittsburgh to major in communications. Good luck, Amanda. Rounding out tonight's homecoming court is Melody A. Walker. Escorting Melody is Lance Phillips. Melody is the daughter of Ray Walker. Mel's activities at SHS include working in the yearbook staff in grade 9, playing girls softball in grades 9 and 10, being a member of the junior class prom committee in grade 11, and serving as the varsity football manager in grade 12. Next fall, Melody plans to attend a 4-year college to major in occupational therapy. Best wishes, Melody. Jennifer Harmon. Jen was the 1993 Springdale Homecoming Queen. court. How about a round of applause? And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The 1994 homecoming queen is Lindsay Bullock. At this time, the Jennifer Hum will transfer the crown to this year's queen.
Lindsay Bullock is the homecoming queen here for Springdale for 1994, the graduating class of 1995. And we congratulate all of the youngins out there who, for the last 6-7 minutes, have been planting their high heels into this soft turf. Been rather difficult to walk in all of this, but we congratulate Lindsay, great gal, and last year's homecoming queen there as well. So let's rev it up here for halftime. Momentarily, we'll have Frank Ryan giving us our statistics at the half. Let's pause for a moment, and we'll be right back with the halftime stats after this. Well, as we mentioned, we are at halftime, a 14-0 Riverview lead. And Frank Ryan is standing by with our halftime stats, brought to you by John's Auto Sales in Natrona Heights. For a good selection of thoroughly reconditioned used cars and trucks, come to John's Auto Sales in Natrona Heights. Now remember, John's been in the business for over 17 years and features round-trip messenger service to Harrisburg. Check out the price, kick the tires, look at the warranties, and the service you'll get at John's Auto Sales, Old Route 28 in Natrona Heights. Let's go downfield, and here is Frank Ryan. Frank?
It is a 14-0 Riverview lead here at halftime. Mostly on the ground for Riverview, as they've scored twice in the first quarter. Quarterback Jeff Kappa scored twice on runs of 3 and 8 yards respectively. If we could now, let's take a look at those halftime stats brought to us by John's Auto Sales in Natrona Heights. First of all, take a look at the Riverview side. 9 first downs and 89 yards on the ground. Kappa is 3 of 6 in the passing department for 69 yards. That totals out to 158 for the Raiders. On the other hand, Springdale, 4 first downs, 32 on the ground. Matt Blasco is 4 out of 7 for 35 yards. And the Dynamo's total is 67 yards for the first half. Time of possession is pretty close. Riverview, 11:42, and Springdale, 12:18. Of course, the Dynamos went for a few fourth down plays that they came up short on. So we've got a good game going here. We've got a good one right now. We got a good schedule tonight for you on the scoreboard show. Later on, I want you to stay tuned so you can find out with all of us about Kiski area's visit to Central Catholic. Both teams at 3-1 as they enter into tonight's Quad East matchup. Also in the Quad East, well, Fox Chapel finally put some points on the board. They've been shut out 3 weeks in a row. They go to Plum with a defense that isn't all that much better than their offense. In AAA, Katanning heads to Franklin Regional for their first look at the Panthers. Katanning 3-1 after a win against Valley last week. Those same Vikings will be home this evening to a team from Maryland called Bishop McNamara. Now, if that sounds like an exhibition game, you're right. It is an exhibition game for Valley tonight. Now, Hampton, after a heartbreaking loss to North Catholic last week, a game you may have saw here on Comcast Cable 3, will be all set to take it out on Highlands tonight, and they probably will. We'll have the results of that game. Also on tonight's scoreboard show, AA results from Mars at Deer Lakes. Now, the last time these two teams met was the last game in 1993. Mars upset Deer Lakes by the score of 10-7, which eliminated the Lancers from the playoffs. Revenge could be sweet tonight for Deer Lakes. Borough has a home game tonight against Pine Richland. The Bucks hoping to stay perfect with their 5th win in 94. They'll probably get it at home. Now, when's the last time we saw an 0-4 Freeport Yellow Jacket football team? Well, the Yellow Jackets should break into the win column tonight. They are playing WPIAL newcomer Shadyside Academy. Fort City is also looking for their first win this year. They'll visit Apollo Ridge. The Vikings even at 2-2, including last week's loss to Shadyside. We'll also see how Leechburg does at home against Greensburg Central Catholic. And we'll find out if Knock is able to hand North Catholic their first loss of the year. That'll be an away game for the Knights. They'll be playing up in North Park. We've got a good one brewing here at Springdale. At the half, Riverview 14, Dynamos nothing, but that could all change. Let's go back upstairs now to Bob Tatum.
All right, Frank, we thank you kindly. And if you're watching this one on a Friday night, Frank, we'll have the scoreboard show following the telecast here tonight of this game. So, 14-0 is the score, and we'll soon be set to go. Our third quarter activity will be coming up right after this timeout. Don't go away. About ready to start our second half here tonight as the co-captains come onto the field. Gent, Wise, and Snyder in your picture there for Springdale in the black shirts with the white numerals left to right. Gent, Wise, and Snyder. In Riverview, Justin Graham there, number 30, is the only number that I can pick out for you at this point. But Chuck Wagner, coach of the Springdale Dynamos in his second year. But gosh, this guy has so many fond memories of coaching youngsters in his 30 years or so. Well, to start the second half, a reminder, Frank Dermody recognizes the importance of high school athletics. Frank Dermody would like to congratulate both teams here tonight, the host Springdale Dynamos and the visiting Riverview Raiders, on a successful season, and wishes both good luck throughout the rest of the 1994 campaign. Frank Dermody proud to assist in helping to sponsor the telecast of this terrific event. And I'll tell you tonight, it has been just that. It has been an absolute community involvement type thing here, as they've literally got everybody involved. Time of possession in that first half, Springdale 12 minutes and 18 seconds. Riverview with 11:42, as some individual stats are made available. Chris Gent, 39 yards and 8 carries, 22 yards. Rob Wise, 6 carries for 8 yards. And Matt Blasco, 4 out of 7 for 35 yards. And for the Raiders, Dapra, 9 carries, 72 yards, only needs 28 for another 100-yard game. Belisario kicking off. The kick goes to the right and out of bounds. Did he run out of bounds, or did the kick go out of bounds? Let's see what happens here. Can't tell if the player took the ball and then went out of bounds, or did he take the ball after it went out of bounds. And they're going to kick it again. So the ball did go out of bounds, and they'll kick it back from the 35. 5-yard procedural penalty here for kicking it out of bounds. That ball, by the way, fielded by Clark Yanati. Gent is the man in the middle, and Snyder is the man here to the near side. So they apparently want to kick it away from Gent, who can do the most damage. So we're about ready to start our third quarter. This is turning out to be a rather long ball game here tonight, but an enjoyable one nonetheless. Belisario has it teed up one more time. As mentioned, Yanati to the far side, and again it goes down toward Yanati. And again it's out of bounds, so they'll kick off at the 30. Or will they take this one at the... See, they have a decision here to make. They can take it right where it went out of bounds at the 26-yard line or so. And the other choice, of course, have them kick it again from the 30. And that's what they're going to do, re-kick. So the third attempt on the kickoff coming up. And again, they're keeping it away from Rick Wise. From Chris Gent. Wrong sport there, Milo. So the ball now is teed up at the 30. Springdale in black, Riverview in the white. The Raiders have the lead, 14-0. The Dynamos of Springdale running right to left to start our second half. Boy, this is taking forever to get the second half underway. Here's the kick. This time it's Jet at the 15. Up at the 30. 35-40. Puts the head down and is going to be wrestled to the ground at near midfield. The principal tackler for the Raiders turns out to be Sam Geppert. And the ball is marked at the 48-yard line. Nice run back by Gent. So after 2 tries, the third a charm. So the local rooters here try to get this team charged up. Quarterback Matt Blasco will have Wise, Gent, and Snyder in the backfield. Right up the middle for about 8 or 9 yards on the opening carry. Bob Wise. And boy, he put a lot of muscle into that carry. Picks up 8 yards, second down and 2. Second down and 2, and the ball is marked past, let's see, the 45. It's at the 44. T formation with the ends in tight. It goes to Wise again, straight up the middle. Appears he's got a first down. Mike Bigelow had him around the ankles, but it takes a little bit more, and it's an apparent first down. Springdale has the first down.
Bob Wise with the first down carry. Ball on the Raiders' 43-yard line. First and 10, Dynamo.
First down and 10 for Springdale. This time it's a fake, and the throw has a man out there. It's incomplete. So second down coming up and 10.
Number 11, Matt Blasco's pass intended for number 15, Julio Pomeroy, incomplete.
They affectionately call Bob Wise the Moose here at Springdale. Nobody argues with him. Yeah, in case you thought they were booing, that's not a boo, that's Moose. 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Straight tee, the ends are in tight. This time it goes to Gent, and Gent is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Short gain on this play, and credit Zach Zrimsik on that tackle. A gain of about a yard, third, and about, well, let's see where they move the stick to. Third and about 9. The stick didn't move too much. I almost thought that was going to be a third and 10. Third down and 9. Springdale on the move here, but trailing in the game 14-0. An obvious pass play coming up with Derek Meyer and Chris Gent flanked to the right side. Blasco with the rush, fires, incomplete, and high over the outstretched hands of Jason Snyder. And so the Dynamos will go in a punt formation. go. Punt formation for Springdale. This is only the second time they're going to punt, I think, tonight. The kick is aimed at the far side. It's heading down toward the corner, and it's out of bounds. What a kick. Brian Depew on the punt puts it into the coffin corner at the 9-minute mark of the quarter. Looks like about the 4-yard line. No, the 6. It's at the 6-yard line, and Riverview has their backs to the wall here tonight for the first time. They've not been that far back throughout the whole ball game. Dapra crawls ahead. There's a penalty flag, and that might be a face mask. I don't know. Dapra slants off the left side, and Springdale's Mike Slimchak gets up off the bottom of the pile. This will be a penalty probably against the Raiders, and half the distance would bring it back to the 3. Well, let's see. That was a 1st and 10 at the 6. Let's see where they spot it. Clock stops with exactly 9 minutes to play. The Raiders, I should say the Dynamos, have indicated they want to refuse the penalty to bring up a 2nd down. Apparently there was no gain on the play. So they took the penalty. I thought I had seen one of the coaches along the sideline showing the neglect sign. So now it's 1st down and 13. It's at the 3, 1st down and 13.
1st down, 13 for the Raiders. Ball in the Raiders 3-yard line.
Dapra and Zrimsik are in the backfield. Dapra gets the call around the left side. Dapra is still on his feet, chased over there and near the 1st down marker before Sandberg, along with Chris Gent, make the play. And that play was just enough to pick up that 1st down. And the indication is given it is a 1st and 10.
1st down, Riverview.
And it is spotted at the 17. 1st down and 10.
Ball in the Raiders, 17 yards.
3rd quarter, 14-0 Riverview. Springdale had an excellent punt by Brian Depew, but Riverview somehow got out of the jam. Was that Kappa on the keeper? Kappa on the keeper. And hit by Rick Fuller.
Number 14 with the carry, Jeffrey Capra. 2nd down.
Gain of about 7, 2nd and 3 coming up. 2nd and 3. Dapra. Oh, what a tackle. They broke through, and the same gentleman there, Rick Fuller, makes the play and stopped him short. 3rd down, a small gain on the play. Looks like 3rd and about 1. Both touchdowns scored early in the ball game, and the quarterback Kappa for Riverview scored them both.
3-1 for the Raiders.
And Belisario adding the extra points, making it a 14-0 game. Jeffrey Kappa hands off, and that is, looks like Erdeljack on the carry. Erdeljack hit by Chris Gent at the 39-yard line. Another 1st and 10.
39, Rich down the tackle. 1st down, the Raiders. Ball on the Raiders, 39-yard line.
So at the 39, a 1st and 10 for Riverview. Erdeljack reset as a tailback by Kappa. And it goes to Ertlejack, and Ertlejack is going to be wrestled to the ground by Darren Polovich, among others, assisted by Chad Loveland. And the Springdale players slow getting up. Polovich, who made the tackle, last one up off the bottom of the pile. 6.5 minutes left of this third quarter, folks. 14-0. The Raiders lead. This has been the second down and about second and 6, let's call it. Kappa will throw this time. And this one is caught at the Springdale 45-yard line. I think it was Ben Ertlejack, number 20, and Chris Zanella makes the play. Was it Belisario?
First down, Raiders. Ball on the Dynamo 45-yard line.
For the record, that was number 80, Belisario, on the pass reception. And another 1st and 10 at the Springdale 46, right up the middle. And another sizable chunk. Zach Zarimsic on that one, hit by Chad Loveland. And we're at the 6-minute mark of this third quarter, halfway through the period.
Number 5. Second down 5. Ball on Dynamo 41-yard line.
Kappa is the left end. Belisario here to the right. It goes to Dapra. Dapra gets a block, springs through, and then grabbed it by the shirt, short of the 30-yard line. It looked like Clark Ionati was the guy that got him around the shirt, and Mike Sandberg was also there. But a 1st and 10 down to the 31-yard line of Springdale. Let's call it the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Dapra hit in the backfield by Sandberg. Sandberg broke through. Nobody picked him up. A loss of a yard on the play. Make it 2 yards and call it 2nd and 12. Nice play by Mike Sandberg.
Second down and 13. Raiders.
Nobody's threatening here in this third quarter. So back to Dapra on the short side. And making the tackle there was Chris Zanella on Dapra, but the ball is advanced inside the 30 to about the 29. So he picked up 4 or 5 yards on that carry. Third down. Let's see where they spot it. They're still trying to place the marker there. Somebody. Was there a flag of the play? Zach Zarimsic on the far side over there was ushered over across toward the Riverview side off the sticks over there, and I don't know why. There's a penalty coming up against the Raiders. It brings it all the way back to the 42. It's a hold. Well, let's see what this brings up. 2nd down and 20. 2nd and 20. Hi, gals. How you doing tonight? 2nd down. Kappa on the draw play. This is Dapra. Dangerous. Dapra at the 25. Down to the 20 and spun out of bounds by Chris Gent. Boy, that one went... there surely was not another penalty on that play, was there? You know what? He got 20 yards on that carry, down to the 22-yard line. My goodness, 4 minutes remaining now in this third quarter. Here's Kappa. The give goes to Daper. He gets by Sandberg. Cuts to the right. Now to the left. Slenchak is there.
Number 27,
and finally brought down. Here's another fellow on the roster, Mike Martin. The only guy in single digits on the Springdale roster. The play made. Where do they spot it?
Ball on the Dynamo, 10-yard line.
Right on the 10, so it's first and goal from the 10. 12-yard pickup on that play.
First down and goal. Raiders.
First and goal from just inside the 10-yard line. It goes to Ertlejack, and Ertlejack is hit by Snyder.
Number 20 with the carry.
Chris Stapko and Bob Wise were also there on that play, and the ball is marked close to the 6 or maybe the 7-yard line. Let's call it the 6. Gain of 4 on that play. Second and 6. Second and goal from the 6.
Please report to the press box.
They're at the 6-yard line. Kappa kept the ball, I believe. Kappa holding on to the football. Chad Loveland and Mike Slenchak combine on the tackle. Down to the 3-yard line. Third and goal from the 3. Dapra carries and might be in. Apparently a little bit short. And they've got this one marked just inside the 1, so it's now 4th and goal. Once again, Chad Loveland was there to plug the hole and make the tackle. So it's at the 1, 4th down. What do they do?
4th down.
Straight ahead. This is the 17th play of this drive that started back at the 6. Let's see who gets the call. Straight ahead, Kappa. That's his 3rd touchdown of the night. Jeffrey Kappa scores on the quarterback keeper. And it is now a 20-0 score in favor of Riverview. So they have added on to the total here tonight. After this extra point, guys, the Pony Express will be moving again. A minute and 35 to play. Belisario boys are in there for the extra point, and the kick is, I believe, wide to the left. So the score will remain 20-0 in favor of the Riverview Raiders. And so with a break in the action, we'll be back with more after this. There was a penalty on that kick. There was a penalty on the kick, and the Raiders rerun the extra point try, and apparently that was Dapra that took it in. Dapra carries it in. And it's a 22-0 score in favor of Riverview, and apparently on their way to their 5th win unless Springdale can rally in the last quarter plus a minute and 35. 128 yards for Dapra on 16 carries.
Returning to the Dynamo, number 18, Jason Snyder. Number 21, Cliff Renaldi.
we continue play. The Raiders will kick off following their third touchdown of the night, and they lead 22-0. Make no doubt about it, this is a good Springdale football team, but the Raiders here tonight came in favored, even so, ever so slightly, but have made it now a 22-0 score. Belisario again to kick off. And this is Gent at the 10. Gent still on his feet and makes it to about the 35-yard line. And on the tackle, I believe it was Carl Banks, number 54. Riverview so far on that drive, 17 plays, 96 yards or so, and 7.5 minutes off the clock. So the ball is marked right on the 35. It is 1st and 10. The pitch and a fumble, loose football. It's recovered by Springdale. Blasco falls on the ball. Springdale recovering, losing some yardage. And Justin Peppa came back to make sure that there was going to be a problem on that fumble recovery. So credit Peppa with some penetration there. 2nd and 15. 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15. Blasco to throw and goes deep. That ball was tipped, but incomplete. Derek Meyer was back there along with Gent. The speedsters were on their mark. 3rd down and 15, Springdale, as the third quarter shows only 21 seconds remaining. Nothing Riverview. Springdale now with 3rd and 15, and Blasco again to throw. He's got Meyer in the open, but he throws on the flat. The ball is caught by Snyder, and Snyder will not make the sticks here as he was tackled from behind. Good speed by a big man, and that big man turns out to be Jeremy Dujak. Snyder caught the ball, and Dujak turned around and came right after him and brought him down right at the original line of scrimmage, and it is now 4th and 10. I'll tell you who was open. Of course, that always happens. You spot somebody from here as the quarter comes to an end, but Derek Meyer was open on that play coming from the left side. So the quarter has come to an end, and we have a 22-0 score. The Riverview Raiders are in the lead. Bob Tattern here at the Vet in Springdale. We'll be right back. Bob Tattern here at the field in Springdale, the Veterans Memorial Field. We're talking here at the beginning of the game how at one time this field, which now runs north and south, had run east and west, and it was in the corner to our right where the football field ran. Third quarter total yardage, Riverview 252, Springdale 78. Just reminiscing about the way this field used to be. Then back in the mid-70s, Springdale played all of their home games at Drescher Stadium in Tarentum. Shotgun for, and what are we doing here? And it's going to be touched. Whose ball is it now? What happened? That was 4th and 11. And it goes over to Riverview at the 28. Want to call it the 29? Okay. 29-yard line is where the ball is. Riverview puts it in play, leading 22-0 here in the early moments of quarter number 4. Kappa hands off to Graham. And Graham tackled on the play by Chad Loveland. We have a Raider injured on the play. And could be a cramp. And that was the ball carrier, I believe. It's either 80 or 30. Could be. Is that Graham? So we have a momentary stoppage of play with 11:16 left in the game. So it was Justin Graham, and he'll have to come out for a play. He has been an integral part of this Raider offense throughout the campaign.
From their own 35-yard line.
Second down and 4 for the Raiders after that 6-yard carry to the 35-yard line. Zrimsik is the fullback in the I, and Dapra is the tailback for Kappa. Zrimsik gets the call. Zrimsik hit on the play by Clark Yanati, and the ball is marked at the 43, and a first down for the Raiders. First down for Riverview at their own 42.
Ball on the Raiders 42-yard line.
Here is Dapra around the right side, and Dapra is able to get by one Springdale tackler, and now a penalty flag thrown on the play. That was about a 12-yard gain, and this is going to be coming back. The advance was across midfield and into Springdale territory, but a hold is the call on Springdale. Here's the penalty being marched off back to the 40. A hold is the indication. It is first down and 12. So
first down and 12.
10.5 minutes left in the game. 22-0, Riverview in the lead. Jeffrey Kappa, the quarterback, and it goes to Dapra. Dapra tackled on the play by Sandberg. Sandberg makes the play at the 42-yard line, maybe the 41. Small gain on the play, 2nd and 11. Give him credit for a couple of yards anyway. What do we give him? About a yard? Okay.
Ball in the Raiders 42-yard line.
A lot of hype about this ball game, and I think everybody's enjoyed it, except for Springdale diehards. Here's Ertlejack around the right side. Ertlejack is pushed out of bounds by Meyer across midfield, and an apparent Well, he's close to the first down. I don't think he quite made it. A little bit short. 3rd and about a yard. Third and a yard for the Raiders.
The Dynamo, 49-yard line. 3rd down. Yard to go for the Raiders.
Kappa straight ahead. And Kappa, you don't like to see the quarterback handling that football too often. Snyder was there, number 18. And Gent also off the bottom of the pile. But a first down. Jeffrey Kappa puts him down to about the 38. 38 or 39, somewhere in there. And another first down for the Raiders. Kappa has scored all 3 touchdowns, and Dapra with the last 2-point conversion run, and Belisario with 2 extra point kicks. 9 minutes left in the game. Penalty flag, and it might be too much time. I don't know. It is too much time.
Penalty goes against the Raiders. Ball placed on the Dynamo, 44-yard line.
Now let's see where they're going to be next week. Riverview next weekend will play Sarah Catholic at home. That's a noon start. Here's a pitch coming back to Dapra. Another penalty flag. Dapra just won't go down. There's another penalty flag. Looks like the 4th of July. Now they're tempers, and you don't want to see that happen. Come on, fellas. Springdale next week will go to Wilkinsburg, and that's a Saturday afternoon game at 1:30. There's one call. It's a hold. Eight and a half minutes remaining in the ball game.
Against the Raiders.
10 yards marched off, brings it back to the 45, and the hold is the call.
45-yard line.
If you're watching this game on a Friday night, the scoreboard show will follow.
First down and a bunch to go.
You'll catch all the local scores of our teams in action with the Comcast Cable Channel 3 scoreboard. Let's see, first down and 25. Dapra gets about 4 yards. It will be 2nd and 21. 2nd down and 21 at the 8-minute mark of quarter number 4. 4th and final period. Randy Gilbert checks out of the lineup for the Raiders. 2nd and long. It's Kappa holding on to the football, and Kappa's brought down by Snyder. And Sandberg was also over there to make sure he didn't squirt free. Kappa picks up close to about, I don't know, 10 yards or so on the play, 9 or 10. 3rd down and about 14 or 15. 3rd and let's say 15. Close enough, Milo?
43-yard line.
3rd and 15 for Riverview. 7 minutes left in the game. Springdale would have loved to have scored here tonight. No doubt about it. Of course, I know they would have loved to have won the ball game, but being shut out so far is not in their mix. Kappa to throw. Downfield, way overthrown. I don't know if the receiver was held up or not, but Ertlejack was the intended receiver, and that ball was about 15 yards beyond where Ertlejack wound up when the ball hit the ground. So it brings up 4th and 15. And the Raiders punting tonight. Belisario punting, and the ball kicked down towards Snyder. Snyder's not going to touch it. It's going to roll dead at 6:32 of the ball game.
Ball down by number 85, Jason Kappa. Dynamos will take over. 1st and 10.
Springdale will have the ball at their 17 or 18-yard line. Let's see where it is.
17-yard line. 1st and 10. Springdale.
At the 17. Milo, I don't know how many times Springdale punted tonight. I mean, Riverview, rather. That might be their first. Here's Blasco pitching out. It's a high pitch and contained by the runner, Chris Gent. And Gent was spilled on the play, tackled high by Mike Bigelow. A loss on the play of a yard, 2nd and 11. It's at the 16-yard line. 5.5 minutes left in the game. 22-0, Riverview in the lead, and Springdale with the ball, wanting to score. There's Wise with a football, and Wise is gang tackled after a short gain. Kappa was the principal tackler on the play. That's Jason Kappa. And it's now 3rd and about 3. Right on the 25. 3rd and about 3. Here's Blasco with pursuit. Is spilled. And pursuit there by Rich Walsh on Blasco. So they lose from the 25 back to the 17. Looks like a loss of about 8. So it's 4th and 12. 4th and about 12. And they'll be punting. And Depew is back to do the kicking. Standing inside his 5-yard line. Gets the snap, and the kick is away. Bigelow with a rush. What a kick by Depew. It goes all the way back and touched by Snyder. A break in the action, folks. 3:42 left to play in the ball game. We'll be right back. Don't go away. 3:35 left in the game. And the Raiders have the football at their own 43-yard line. And it goes to Ben Ertlejack up to about the 46-yard line. A gain of a couple on the play. 2nd and 8.
To the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 7 to the Raiders.
Good officiating crew here tonight. They've had their hands full with a lot of close calls down there. When I mean close calls, I'm talking about the sticks and what have you. They've been pretty good. Here is a keeper by Orlando Belisario. Loose football, and the Springdale Dynamos came close, but the ball was out of bounds. And they actually pick up a couple of yards to the 50. So it's on the 50. So the Raiders have decided to give a rest to Jeffrey Kappa, their first-string quarterback. And right now the team is going with Orlando Belisario. And apparently Riverview wants to eat up some time. Orlando Belisario kept the football, picks up the first down at the Springdale 44-yard line. Make it the 45. All right, first down for Riverview. Now the faithful who paid their money to come in are beginning to file out right now. It remains 22-0. 2 touchdowns in the first half and 1 in the second. See some new shirts in there for the Raiders. Belisario hands off. Snyder on the tackle. Let's see who carried the ball. Number 34 would be Tamburo. Fritz Tamburo, number 34. And unless Milo, I'm wrong with that. I thought it was 30. I'm right. Yeah, 34. Fritz Tamburo carry the football, picks up 5, 2nd and 5.
2nd down and 5.
And this time, the defensive play made for a loss on that carry by Justin Dujak. And I believe it was Rick Fuller who made the play. We're down to about a minute left in the game. 3rd and 11 is the situation now for Riverview. The game well in hand. Springdale will lose their first game of the year. They will go to 4-1. And Riverview will better their record now to a spotless 5-0. Belisario holds on to the ball. If that was Belisario, I don't know if it was, they have another one in there now. Might be the last play of the game, folks. Number 15 it was, as Justin Dujak. That could be it. That may have been the last play of the game. "15 seconds and counting. The clock continues to roll. Dujak over the center. The whole new lineup in there. Dujak pitches out. There's a loose football. Springdale has recovered, but it might have been after the whistle. That was 4th down anyway, folks, and the ball game is over. Was that a... Okay, incompletion is the official word. We have a final break to get in. And when we come back, we will name our game MVP. So stay tuned. We're coming right back. Well, the game is history, folks, and the Raiders run their record to 5-0 with a 22-0 win over Springdale here at Veterans Memorial Field here in Springdale. 22-0 is the final score. Jeffrey Kappa scores all 3 of the Raider touchdowns here tonight and has been named our game MVP for PNC Bank, our post-game sponsor. There's Coach Kappa congratulated Darren Polovich of Springdale as well as a host of others. The 2 coaches will get together at midfield and exchange whatever and those pleasantries, as we call them. So the job is done, folks, and we thank you for tuning us in tonight. And Mike Pavlik here is totaling up some final stats for us. I don't know what your